Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be discussing the following WNBA matches that is happening on Friday, September 8, 2023. We will be providing our team, total and prop picks for the day. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon page. You can find the link to our Patreon page in the description and comments section below. Indiana Fever vs Connecticut Sun. Take Indiana. And here is why. The Indiana Fever took the court against the Chicago Sky and walked away from this one with a loss by a score of 96-69 in their last game. Indiana wrapped up the game with a 40.0% FG percentage, 24 of 60, and made 5 of 16 3-point shots. From the free throw line, the Fever converted 16 of 22 tries for a rate of 72.7%. In regard to grabbing rebounds, they compiled 31 with 5 of them being of the offensive variety. They also distributed 17 assists for the matchup while creating 8 turnovers and having 6 steals. Regarding defending, Indiana allowed the other team to go 49.4% from the floor on 38 of 77 shooting. Chicago distributed 5 assists and had 7 steals in this matchup. Furthermore, Chicago pulled down 35 rebounds, 5 offensive, 30 defensive, and earned 5 blocks. Chicago shot 85.7% from the free throw line by knocking down 6 of 7 shots. They also made 14 out of their 32 attempts from 3-point range. Indiana heads into this game with a win-loss record of 12-26 this year. They cough up possession 14.1 times per contest and as a group are committing 19.7 fouls on a nightly basis. As a unit, Indiana is grabbing 34.2 rebounds per game and has racked up 696 dimes so far this season, which is 11th in basketball in terms of passing the rock. The Fever are hitting 34.1% on shots beyond the perimeter, 257 of 753, and 79.1% from the charity stripe. They have an average of 81.4 PTS per contest, 6th in the league, while going 44.3% from the floor. On defense, the Fever are forcing their opponents into 12.2 turnovers per game and they draw 17.8 personal fouls. They are giving up 37.8% on shots from downtown and they rank 12th in the league in points per game allowed, 85.6. The Fever defense is giving up a FG percentage of 44.5%, 464 of 678, and they surrender 32.5 boards per contest as a basketball team. They currently rank 9th in basketball in allowing assists to the opposition, with 766 conceded for the year. Our total pick is over and here is why. The last time they took the hardwood, the Connecticut Sun went home victorious with a score of 90-76 against the Los Angeles Sparks. The Sun recorded 24 defensive rebounds and 8 offensive rebounds for a total of 32 in this contest. They also coughed up the ball 15 times while getting 10 steals in this matchup. The Sparks earned 20 fouls for the matchup which got the Sun to the free throw line for a total of 16 tries. They were able to knock down 14 of those for a rate of 87.5%. With respect to 3-point shots, Connecticut converted 8 of 21 attempts, 38.1%. When the game finished, the Sun ended up shooting 34 out of 67 from the field, which gave them a shooting percentage of 50.7%. The Sun permitted the Sparks to make 25 out of 60 tries from the field, 41.7% for the matchup. They finished 42.1% from distance via 8 of 19 and ended up going 18 of 21 at the charity stripe, 85.7%. In regard to how they cleaned up the glass, Connecticut allowed Los Angeles to collect 25 in total. Connecticut has a win-loss mark of 26-12 this season. When it comes to executing on offense, the Sun are shooting 44.5% from the floor, which is 4th in basketball. Connecticut has scored 3,140 PTS so far this year, 82.6 per contest, and they average 33.4 rebounds per game. They are getting an assist 20.7 times per contest, 3rd in the WNBA, and they are losing possession via turnover 12.3 times per contest. The Sun have committed 18.6 personal fouls per game, and they hit 76.6% from the charity stripe. The Sun defensively are ranked 1st in the league in PPG, given up with 78.9. They are forcing 14.8 turnovers on a nightly basis and allow teams to shoot 43.4% from the field, 4th in basketball. The Connecticut defense concedes 31.7% on 3-pointers, 252 of 795, and their opponents are making 78.9% of their shots from the free throw line. They have surrendered 18.9 assists and 33.9 rebounds per contest, which has them ranked 2nd and 5th in basketball. Atlanta Dream vs Washington Mystics. Take Washington and here is why. In their last game, the Washington Mystics got the win with a final of 177 against the Phoenix Mercury. The Mystics were able to snag 28 defensive boards and 1 offensive boards, totaling 29 for the matchup. They coughed it up 7 times, while recording 6 steals in this contest. The Mercury committed 12 personal fouls in this matchup, which got the Mystics to the charity stripe for a total of 11 attempts. They were able to knock down 11 of them for a percentage of 100.0%. When it comes to 3-point attempts, Washington converted 13 of their 23 tries, 56.5%. When the final whistle blew, the Mystics went 38 for 67 from the floor, which gave them a percentage of 56.7%. The Mystics permitted the Mercury to convert 29 of 65 tries from the field, 44.6% in the game. They finished 35.3% from beyond the perimeter by hitting 6 out of 17 and walked away from this one shooting 13 out of 18 from the free throw line, 72.2%. Concerning rebounding, Washington allowed Phoenix to collect 31 in total, 7 offensive. Elena Del Don ended up being a factor for the Mystics in the matchup. She buried 9 of 15 in the game, giving her a rate of 60.0% and had 4 rebounds. Del Don tallied 24 points in her 24 minutes on the court but wrapped up this contest with no dimes. Washington has a win-loss record of 18-20 on the campaign. The Mystics are committing 18.6 fouls per game and they shoot 82.2% from the free throw line. Their rate of dishing out assists is at 19.0 times per contest, 8th in the league, and they are turning it over 12.5 times per contest. Washington has scored 3,056 points on the campaign, 80.4 per contest, and they collect 32.3 rebounds per game. On the offensive side of the ball, the Mystics are shooting 42.8% from the floor, which is 10th in the WNBA. The Mystics on defense are ranked 5th in the WNBA in points given up per game with 80.7. They are forcing their opponents into 14.7 turnovers per game and have let teams shoot 43.9% from the floor, 5th in the WNBA. The Washington defense allows 34.8% from downtown, 299 of 859, and opponents are making 79.1% of their free throw shots. They have allowed 19.8 assists and 35.6 boards per game, which has them ranked 6th and 11th in the league. Our total pick is over. And here is why. Atlanta comes into this one with a win-loss record of 18-20 this season. They have an average of 82.7 PTS per contest, 4th in the league, while going 43.1% from the field. The Dream are connecting on 33.8% on shots from distance, 245 of 724, and 78.9% from the free throw line. As a team, Atlanta is pulling down 36.0 rebounds per game and is sitting with 714 dimes this season, which is 10th in the league in terms of passing the ball. They are losing possession via turnover 13.7 times per contest, and as a basketball team, they are committing 19.4 fouls per contest. On the defensive end, the Dream are able to force 13.1 turnovers on a nightly basis, and they draw 19.7 personal fouls. The Dream defense is allowing a field goal percentage of 42.9%, 497 of 750, and they surrender 35.5 rebounds per contest as a unit. They are ranked 1st in the league in allowing assists with 706 surrendered for the year. They are relinquishing 33.3% on 3-point attempts, while they are 8th in basketball in points per game allowed, 84.0. Las Vegas Aces vs Phoenix Mercury. Take Las Vegas. And here is why. Las Vegas steps onto the hardwood with a record of 32-6 so far this season. They are averaging 92.6 points per outing, 1st in the WNBA, while connecting on 48.3% from the floor. The Aces are shooting 37.4% on shots from beyond the arc, 351 of 938, and 84.1% from the free throw line. As a unit, Las Vegas is grabbing 34.8 boards per game and has totaled 821 dimes for the campaign, which ranks 2nd in the league in terms of passing. They turn the ball over 11.2 times per game and as a squad are committing 16.1 fouls on a nightly basis. When they are on defense, the Aces are able to force 13.2 turnovers per contest and they draw 17.6 fouls. The Aces defensively are giving up an opponent field goal percentage of 42.7%, 501 of 669, and they concede 34.4 rebounds per contest as a unit. They rank 5th in basketball in allowing assists to the opposition with 746 surrendered on the season. They concede 34.2% on 3-pointers, and they are 4th in basketball in points per game allowed, 80.3. Our total pick is under. And here is why. The last time they took the hardwood, the Phoenix Mercury walked away from this one with a loss by a score of 177 against the Washington Mystics. The Mercury recorded 24 defensive rebounds and 7 offensive rebounds, for a total of 31 in this contest. They turned the ball over 12 times, while getting 4 steals in the game. The Mystics had 15 personal fouls in this game, which took the Mercury to the charity stripe for 18 tries. They were able to make 13 of the free throw attempts for a percentage of 72.2%. In the matter of three-pointers, Phoenix buried 6 out of their 17 attempts, 35.3%. When the game finished, the Mercury went 29 for 65 from the field, which had them at 44.6%. The Mercury permitted the Mystics to convert 38 out of 67 attempts from the field, which gave them a shooting percentage of 56.7% in this game. They finished shooting 56.5% from three-point land by going 13 of 23 and finished the contest at 11 out of 11 at the charity stripe, 100.0%. In relation to rebounding, Phoenix allowed Washington to grab 29 overall, 1 on the offensive side. Michaela Onyenwere ended up being a major contributor for the Mercury for the matchup. She knocked down 6 of 8 in this contest, giving her a field goal percentage of 75.0% and had 3 rebounds. Onyenwere recorded 19 points in her 28 minutes on the hardwood and had 1 assist in this matchup. Phoenix has a win-loss record of 9-29 on the campaign. The Mercury are responsible for committing 19.1 fouls per game, and they go 79.8% from the free throw line. Their rate of assisting teammates is at 19.2 times per contest, 7th in the league, and they are turning it over 14.9 times per game. Phoenix has tallied 2,906 PTS on the campaign, 76.5 per contest, and they collect 30.7 boards per game. As an offensive team, the Mercury are connecting on 44.6% from the floor, which has them ranked 3rd in the WNBA. The Mercury on the defensive side of the court are 9th in the league in points given up per game with 84.3. They have allowed 19.9 dimes and 33.8 rebounds per game, ranking them 7th and 4th in basketball. The Phoenix defense gives up 37.2% on shots from three-point land, 295 of 793, and their opponents are making 80.7% of their free throw shots. They are forcing their opponents into 12.1 turnovers per game and allow teams to shoot 44.4% from the floor, 6th in the WNBA.